This is the third part of our video series about the a9s messaging service. My name is Patrick Hartz, and today I will tell you how helpful it is to know how you can create a SSH tunnel in Cloud Foundry. If you remember correctly, last time we talked about how queues are handled in RabbitMQ, which is the underlying technology of a9s messaging. We also created users with special permissions. And I promised to tell you how you can mark queues as high available. We will start with answering these questions by talking about the RabbitMQ dashboard, which is part of the a9s messaging service. The dashboard is not reachable in a9s PaaS by default. To reach the dashboard, you just need to create a SSH tunnel in Cloud Foundry. With the SSH tunnel, you can easily access unencrypted resources in a remote network via an encrypted connection. To do that in the a9s PaaS, you just need a deployed application which is bound to an a9s messaging service instance. Do you remember the service key we created last time? Now we need this key. Besides the credentials, it also contains the hostname of the service instance. The hostname is the important information. Copy it. We need it to create the SSH tunnel. For creating the SSH tunnel, we use the cf ssh command. When the SSH tunnel is open, you can access the dashboard with your browser by connecting to the local host. Now we need the credentials, which are also contained in the service key. First the username and then the password. For an explanation of the dashboard, I would recommend you the documentation of the RabbitMQ dashboard. If clusters are enrolled, that doesn't mean that all queues are high available by default. We already talked about this in the last video. By default, there are two policies defined, which allows high available queues and non-high available queues. The policy is depending on the name of the queue. If the queue name starts with a HA and a dot, this means that this queue is high available and consists, in this case of a tree-noded cluster, out of two queues, one master queue and a mirror queue. To test this, we can modify our application and rename the queue. What I'm doing now is I open the source code of our application, and here we declare the queue. Now we will rename the queue, like I said, and we will add a HA and a dot before the queue name. Let's push our changes to Cloud Foundry. When the application is running again, we can send a message to the queue and check in the RabbitMQ dashboard if the queue is high available. Copy the URL, open a new tab in your browser, then we enter a message. We switch to the RabbitMQ management dashboard. And then we can see that our test queue is now marked as high available. For other subjects like monitoring and logging, I recommend the next video where this is the topic we will talk about.